some simple tips for you when it comes to door knocking. What's up everybody, it's BC. Welcome back to another video. I wanted to do a video on door knocking. I know you guys love the door knocking videos, and I have again a special, very special announcement. This is something that is rare, but I'm gonna save that for the end of the video, so stay tuned, okay? When it comes to door knocking, you have to remember simpler is better, okay? I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care how old you are, if you're new, you're a veteran. Door knocking is something that can supercharge your results. If you're not doing it, it can revolutionize your business. If you are, taking it to the next level can, again, change your business and give you a separate and better skill set that I believe you cannot acquire any other way. It requires you to throw your ego to the side, get out there, get rejected, build your skills, and get belly to belly with people. And that belly to belly connection is one of the strongest and best that you can make. I've said this a long time, the door knock will beat the cold call almost every time if you have the skill, just like the guy cold calling, okay? It's more personal and that cannot be argued, okay? So let's get into it. What are some basic things I can give you? What are some changes you can make, some tweaks to really take your door knocking to the next level, okay? One question I get constantly about door knocking is the attire, okay? Now, it doesn't really matter where you're from or what you do. What you need to remember is, there's still an image when it comes to business, right? Like people naturally will respond more and at a different level to somebody who's dressed in a suit, okay? Now in the beginning, because I was young and I didn't want to give anybody an excuse to, sweep me under the rug or discount me or push me to the side, I went extra and I would always wear like a full suit in the beginning when I was door knocking. So, you may be in a different area where it's flip-flops and shorts and it's a beach or whatever it is, but you have to remember, okay? Like an old study that I quoted where people were crossing the street illegally and they were using pawns to see if they could influence people. And when they happened to use the person in a suit crossing the road illegally, people actually complied and they followed the person in a suit just because they had a suit. They didn't know who it was or anything else. They just followed him because he was in a suit. So people still respond to that, and you want to know that and understand it. I know in some places it can be really hot, but at least wear, a dress shirt, dress pants, and just wear some sneakers, right? If you're going to door knock a lot of doors, you need some sneakers. However, we're at a time now in 2019 where you can find sneakers that look like freaking dress shoes, so you can still look the part, okay? I know a lot of people say, I don't want to wear a suit, suit's not me. I used to think the same stuff, but after a while you enjoy wearing suits, and even though you don't really see me wearing it on my videos anymore, in my day-to-day life, I dress pretty damn sharp. I might not be in a full suit, but I always have like a nice shirt on, good pants, nice shoes, accessories. I put myself together because you want to be at least presentable 24/7. Even if you put your own twist on it, you still want to have that image, okay? And I want to drill that home because a lot of people are overlooking that, okay? No matter what, people subconsciously, because of the way we're raised and taught, respond to being better dressed. That's just what it is. So again, even if you don't like it, use that to your advantage, okay? At least for the couple hours that you're gonna door knock. Then if you wanna ditch the tie later, go for it or whatever it is. But at least in the moment, do that, okay? Number two, when it comes to door knocking is as often as possible the day before, right? Or for the week, Sunday night, you wanna have it prepared. The day before, Sunday night, preparing for the week, you wanna have all this stuff prepared in advance, where you're going, who you're talking to. Some of the stuff, depending on what industry you're in, maybe you'll add or adjust the day of because you have certain things like in real estate, we have expireds or for sale by owners that pop up day to day. You might wanna make some tweaks and add to what you're doing. But overall, the preparation should mostly be done, what you're wearing, where you're going, what you're taking the night before. That will eliminate all this hustling and bustling and doing things last minute the day of. That way, once you do it, you're ready. You show up the next day, you wake up, you get dressed, and you already know what to do. And you don't have to waste time the day of. When you prospect, when you lead generate, that time is to do the activity, not to research and not to prepare. That's supposed to be done at other times before, not when you're doing the activity, okay? So prepare the night before, get everything done. Now, if you're confused, what do I do? I'm in real estate, I don't know what to do. Look, it's simple, okay? If you have no idea, just pick somewhere like where you live or where your office is and start there. That way you do not overcomplicate it and just start talking to people, okay? Because the third one is you need to have some sort of guideline to what you're gonna say, okay? I know everyone has this argument with scripts and no scripts and this and that. Look, the reason I tell people to have a script, at least a basic script, whatever you choose, is number one, you'll be able to memorize what you're gonna say so you can actually focus on what other people say, because that's the communication. Many people fail because they're so worried about what they're gonna say and they don't know what they're gonna say that they freak out and they don't listen to the other person, okay? The second thing is you can make it your own and more natural after you memorize it, okay? But it gives you a guideline. A script will take you from hello to leading a conversation to either getting a lead, an appointment, or somebody's contact information. That's what we want. You don't wanna just go and have random conversations, okay? If you're skilled enough later on, sure, you can ditch the script. But at least learn it to have a baseline foundation, be time efficient, right? Not waste your time, not waste other people's time. Then you have a desired, calculated end result, which is what we want. You don't want to just talk to talk. Every single word means something. Every single statement, every word is to influence, to persuade, okay? That's how you're supposed to communicate. You're not supposed to waste communication. Well, I'm just talking. No, I want to be respectful of their time and mine. And I want to see where I can take this. I want to build a relationship with them, get their number, they're a lead, and we're going to follow up, or we set an appointment in a meeting for them to buy my product or service. It's that simple. But it gives you some sort of structure, okay? Now, we're coming into the summer now, right? We've been in the summer. You need to take advantage now because, like at least in California, the sun doesn't go down until 8 or 8:30, which means you can do an extra evening session or be out a little bit later. My rule was always when the street lights come on and the sun goes down, I'm done. And winter here, like in many places, by 4:35, it's dark and you lose that second opportunity. Well, now that it's the summertime, take advantage and go out a little bit longer. Do a session from 6 to 7 or 7:30. I used to do some sessions from 6 to about 8, maybe once or twice a week. You don't have to do it every day, but just do a little bit extra, okay? Because probably after that, people aren't eating dinner anymore and you might catch them, okay? I'm always gonna tell people to do it in the morning because it's easier and more consistent for you and you don't have to worry till the end of the day when you're tired and you don't feel like doing it. But add some evening calling and door knocking sessions. But in this case, the door knocking, it's light out anyway. You have nothing better to do. If you don't have 10 deals going, go door knock a little bit. Doesn't matter, just do it, okay? It's awesome because you might catch some more people at home and it's extra effort that's only going to benefit you in the long run. You do it an extra 1 or 2 nights a week. I guarantee you, once you get in the flow of doing that, you're gonna end up doing it every day until you build up your book of business. Because the more you do now, the less you have to do later. And you have to remember that, okay? Another point I can give you is if you're younger, if you're smaller, if you're a woman, use protective measures, right? I have a lot of women that work for me and every time they door knock, if I'm not there or if they happen to go alone, I know where they're going, what time, what streets they're gonna be on. They have pepper spray, right? We take protective measures. They never go in a house, right? Which is something you need to remember. Don't ever go in a house, especially if you're a woman. And even if you're a guy, unless they're ready to sell now, there's no point in you going into the house because then you're inviting yourself into somebody's home. They're probably gonna steer the conversation the wrong way and you don't know how much time you're gonna waste in there, okay? So, whenever that time comes for them to sell, you can go in the house. But in the meantime, especially for safety purposes, and you're a woman or you're really young and you're small, do not go, you don't know what you're walking into. Even if you're a dude, what if there's 10 people there and they have ill intentions? You never know, okay? You'd be surprised what I've come across door knocking. Safety first, safety first, safety first, okay? You always let somebody know where you're at, what time you're going, what cross streets, what city, have some sort of pepper spray or something on you, especially if you're a girl. Again, take precaution, right? You never know. And it's not that we're gonna be a threat to people, it's people are so influenced now by the news and everything. They think everybody knocking on their door has a gun or wants to hurt them or is looking to kidnap them. And sometimes they get a little crazy, okay? The average person isn't like that. Most interactions I have at the door are pleasant and good. I'm just letting you know every once in a while you may run into those situations, okay? The last thing I'm gonna recommend for you, and this is special for the people at the end, take a recorder with you. Not a video recorder, but an audio recorder. Not so much to post on the internet and all that, but if you have a coach, you can send it to them, or you can listen back to your dialogues that you've had for your own personal private use. And you can critique yourself. A lot of you think you sound great, you don't. A lot of you think you're smooth, you're not. A lot of you think that you're following your script. You're not. A lot of you think you're not interrupting the clients. You are. It's gonna help you live see and correct your mistakes to make you that much better. The biggest leaps and bounds I've made with door knocking and cold calling and presentations and communication is recording myself and going back and critiquing it and learning from it. Because when you get that raw data and you listen to yourself, you can't bullshit. You have to deal with what's there, and a lot of things that you think you're doing right, you're not, okay? And that's gonna allow you to change this thing, okay? So I'll end it here, guys. I want to do a quick announcement here. Like I said, a special announcement from the end. I am doing a special door knocking challenge. It's gonna be a 30-day door knocking challenge. Now, right now, all I have open is the wait list. I'm going to put it in the description and as a pinned comment. Get on the waiting list, okay? In these 30 days, I'm gonna teach you a lot of stuff, some of which I've never released ever about door knocking. And it's not only gonna give you door knocking skills, it's gonna work on your scheduling skills, your commitment, your disciplines, and your communication skills, which is huge. And you can take what you learn in this door knocking challenge in 30 days and apply it to everywhere in your life, and it's gonna change your life, guaranteed, not just your business, okay? I've never done this before. I'm gonna do it. I'm only gonna open it up, I think, to 100 people. But again, get on the waiting list, and as soon as we have everything, maybe in a week or two, we'll release it. I don't have too much information yet. It's just gonna be a personal class, 30-day class. We're gonna, obviously talk at least once a week. I'm gonna be doing daily videos in the private group to teach you, and it's gonna be amazing, okay? Door knocking challenge. Make sure you get on the waiting list. And we'll also wrap up the video with you leaving a comment below if you have any suggestions or anything you wanna put as regards to door knocking to help people out. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell icon and leave a thumbs up, as that supports the channel a lot. I know about 50% of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed. I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe, you're already watching the videos anyway. Supreme Being, my podcast, shout out to everybody who watches it, listens to it. Make sure you follow it on all the major podcast platforms. And lastly, Modern Success. If you want me to coach you personally, I have about 300 people in my coaching program right now, and we're about to really expand it and explode it to 1,000 and more. We're doing our second in-person live event August 10th, and I'm super excited for that. It's gonna be amazing. You remember seeing the aftermath of the first one, you definitely wanna be there for this one. You definitely wanna be there. All right, so get on the waiting list for the door knocking challenge. Peace, we'll see you on the next one.